ready? Cornhole with Smooth, bringing the community together, one bag at a time. Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Jay Smooth, and that is...
Hey, I'm Alisse Whitelaw.
And it's another episode of Cornhole with Smooth, the podcast. We are sitting here live at the home of the Black Mamas, the Belleville Cornhole League, All-Star Carpet and Cleaning. And we have a special guest on today. He is a father, a husband, a grandpa, an ACO certified official. He's also a member of the Black Mamas and an ACO player. My man, my friend, Shane Joellenbeck.
What's up, guys? How are you?
Hey, man, we good, man. Appreciate you coming on today, man.
Absolutely.
Much love to you, man.
Absolutely.
Much love, man. Also, we have another guest on, Mr. Nick, Dr. Nick. I got your back, man. Much love, man. Appreciate you coming on for us today also, man.
Yeah.
And we also have some bad news. Alisse, take it away.
Today will be my last episode recording with the team. However, I'm going to be working more behind the scenes, so more of the editing, marketing, and Nick is going to be taking over as co-host with Jay.
Let's do
We're
it.
very excited.
Yeah, we're very excited about that. When Alisse kind of gave me the news today, and I told her, I said, I already know who I want. You know, it's going to be my boy Nick, you know, and we just have that same type of bond and same type of energy, you know, and things like that. So it was just easy for me to make that decision. But, you know, we're going to miss Alisse, but she's going to be behind the scene doing the marketing and producing, all the things that she's really good at. So, hey, much love to her. I encourage her to do it. We're just going to continue to get bigger and bigger. So we're going to go ahead and start off with some questions for you, Mr. Shane.
My biggest question is, because all I hear about is the Black Mambas constantly,
Yeah.
how you guys got started. I know that the three of you are part of the OG team, so I wanted to know where everything happened.
Well, I mean, honestly, it all started with Jay and Tony got together and they were like, hey, let's make a group. And next thing you know, we're all playing together at tournaments and they're like, hey, these guys are cool. Let's see if they want to throw together. And that's kind of how it all started. And then, you know, with my shop being where it is, we were able to everybody get together here, have special things here for the Mambas, practice, have good time. So
Always.
and it started out with what, 2, and now there's probably what, 20, 25 Mambas.
Or more. Yeah.
So that's how the Mambas started. Jay and Tony putting everything together and putting it in the works. So
That's awesome.
Yeah. And it was just a spur of the moment type thing. Me and Tony was talking about it, and I said, you know, I love the game, you know, and some good people around, and you know, I met Shane and everybody. I was like, nah, we got to do something. We got to do something. And we've been doing this for the last 3.5, 4 years now.
Yeah.
You know, and we didn't travel together. You know, we play together all the time. We had great tournaments here. We still play here all the time. But you know, this is where it all started for me, anyway, and I know for Nick also and Shane.
Absolutely.
So I will never forget this spot. You know, this is where it all started at. So
Near and dear to your hearts, huh?
Near and dear
Home
to my
base.
heart.
Oh, yeah,
Definitely. Home base. Yeah.
So you started that, but is that how you started playing cornhole, or where did that all begin?
So it's kind of funny. So I guess it was back in 2020, 2021 is when I started playing bags. And about 5 years before that, I had a buddy of mine say, hey, you want to come play bags with us? And I said, what is that? He goes, you know, it's like beanbag and throw the bag in the hole. I said, stuff we used to do in school.
Yep.
He's like, yeah. I said, no, that don't sound cool at all. I don't want no part of that, you know. He's like, but you get to drink. And I'm like, yeah, but it's still throwing bags. I'm not a kid anymore, you know.
Yeah.
So, but then it's kind of funny. And 5 years later, I'm traveling the country, getting tattooed with bag stuff, a lifetime member, ACO, and
Nice.
traveling with these guys, going all across the country. Went Florida together,
Yep.
Panama City.
Beach,
Yeah. Spent the week down there doing that a couple times. And it's just, you know, that's kind of how it all started for me. I mean, just throwing backyard stuff, and then next thing you know, meeting Jay and Tony, and then bringing me in and playing in a few tournaments here and there, and I just fell in love with it.
Yeah.
Were you a natural from the beginning?
Oh, heck no.
I say you hear people like Jerry and Patty P say, "Oh yeah, I'm pretty good at this," like throwing fives and right off the bat. And
Yeah, no. I actually have videos whenever we first started leagues here in my shop, and I'm glad they didn't have a score magic back then, because I mean, you watch the videos and there was more bags hitting the ceilings and in front of the side. You know, I probably averaged a 4
I think we
when
all
I
did.
first started.
I think we all
And,
did.
Yeah, but it was fun.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the people that cornhole brings together, it's an awesome thing. It
Mhm.
really is. I mean, I met a lot of really good people,
Most definitely.
really good people just from cornhole.
I agree.
Yeah.
You're one of the first people that I met and felt like I had to prove myself to at Jason Motte.
That was fun.
Yeah,
That was fun.
2 years ago
2 years ago down in Memphis.
in Memphis. Yeah.
That was the first time Rick and I went down there, and Rick had been down there before and had won.
Okay.
And we'd done the St. Louis Mott several
Mhm.
times and got close
Yeah.
to winning it. And then we decided to go down to Memphis, take that trip, go have a weekend fun, and ended up having to play you and your husband
Mhm.
in the championship game, and then realizing that you work out
Yeah.
on base
Yeah.
that we have a contract with. So that
Yeah.
was
Nice.
even
nice.
A better
was-
win for you, just knowing that you.
no, actually, like I told Rick, because afterwards you sent me a friend request.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't even get back to the hotel, and I got a friend request,
Nice.
and I looked at him like, looking over, I'm like, dang, she works out at Scott Air Force Base Hunt Property. That's who I work for. I better not lose my contract over
Oh,
this.
You will- yeah.
And I told Rick, I said, man, we should have let them win.
Oh
We
my
should.
gosh.
If I would have known, I would have been like, oh man, we just let them win. And then that next Monday, I get into the maintenance shop, and like 3 and 4 of the people were like, why'd you beat our girl down in Memphis? I was like, dang, that went quick.
I added you because I wanted to see that live video that was streaming.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well-
I needed to see, me kicking some butt a little bit.
You threw really well.
I was proud of
And
myself that game.
Mott is not a normal bag.
Mm-mm.
Mm.
It's shorter distance. Memphis is like 25,
It is,
24,
yes.
25 foot,
Mm-hmm.
and you play with corn bags.
Okay.
And St. Louis is even worse because it's 21 feet
Oh,
with the corn bags.
Wow. Wow.
So, anybody can win that thing.
Yeah.
It's tough.
mhm.
Every year it seemed like there's somebody different winning it. Now, I'm not going to brag or nothing.
You should. You should.
But Rick and I did take Memphis that first year you
Mhm.
guys were down there. First year we were down there. Then we came back that same year,
Yeah.
went to St. Louis and won St. Louis out of 138
Yeah,
teams.
yeah.
Didn't lose a match all night, and then went back to Memphis the
Yeah.
next year and went back to back.
Yeah.
And we're going to try one more time in St. Louis.
Okay.
Like I said, it's tough competition out there. So for us to win the one, I was happy with. But when you throw a brick gouch, all it is you got to win.
you got to win.
If you don't win, you might as well just say,
You got to win.
yeah, you got to win, because he don't care.
Yeah.
It's all about winning. And but the Jason Motte thing, it's for a good cause.
Oh, yeah.
I love the foundation. I love what they do. I love donating to it
Mhm.
Yeah.
and taking that time. And I'm wearing my
Yep.
strikeout cancer.
Nice. Nice.
And
you got some hardware here too, also.
we got a little bit behind
You
us.
got posters and hardware, all kind of stuff
Corn
behind us.
bags.
You know?
Yeah, we're
Corn bags. Yeah.
we're
all kind of
running
stuff
out of
there.
room for the Jason Motte stuff. I told Rick if we win St. Louis this year, we're gonna probably take a break
Mm.
and let somebody else.
I'll say let
have a
somebody else
chance.
eat.
Give
For
somebody
anybody
else a
that
chance.
doesn't know, Jason Motte is to strike out cancer. All the proceeds go back to cancer research. They do auctions and all kinds of
Yep.
stuff that all goes back to that. They do it twice a year, one in Memphis and then one in St. Louis, which I think is coming. Is summertime?
It's actually August 14th.
Okay.
It's at Anheuser-Busch at the beer rooms, I
Yep.
think it is. That's
Mhm.
where they have it. It's a lot of people think it's a lot of money to play in it because it's like $250 a team.
Wow.
Which I think I beat out your friend Willie and Jen for
Yep.
the.
Hey,
for
they're
the
not
whole-
they're not here. You can't talk about them.
Oh, okay. All right. We won't talk about them.
It sounds like you whooped up on some locals out of town, huh?
Well, actually, so yeah, we beat Willie and Jen the second year in Memphis for the championship.
Okay.
But I actually the year before that first year that we won, Willie and I were going back and forth because they auction off for St. Louis down in Memphis for a team and VIP and hotel and all kinds of stuff. So he beat me the year before on the auction. He outbid me. This last year, I outbid him. So this year I get the VIP treatment that he got last year.
You deserve it.
So
you deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. But we're gonna take a quick break right here. Let me go give a shout out to my sponsors. First of all, this episode is gonna be sponsored by Iris in the City, right above Alisse head, as usual, and also Fade Focus Gallery, TCM men's beard and facial products. So Shane, you got some sponsored players that are some Mambas, and they all start off with us. You got Dr. Nick right here is one of your sponsored players. We got
doubles,
Nick's father, Brian B-Man, and Mr. Pro, Aaron Lambert, who's down in Branson right now. Hey, do some work down there, Aaron.
He better be.
He better do some work down there.
Bring it home.
Bring it home. Bring it home. But I just wanted to go ahead and just give that shout out to you guys for having somebody like Shane sponsor you guys, because that's near and dear to your heart, because it's family. So
Absolutely.
yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes,
it's
sir.
kind of sad. I sponsor these guys, and my wife won't give me money to go
It's
play.
a good sponsor.
I can't even sponsor myself in my own business, but I get to sponsor these guys. So, but I'm glad to do it. It's
man.
It's fun to watch these guys compete.
Yes,
It
sir.
really is.
Yes, sir, man. Like I said, it's family, so it makes sense. It makes sense, man. So, I know you got some upcoming events coming up.
Yep, we got a few.
Would you like to enlighten us what you got going on?
So the first one that we have coming up, I got contacted by Terry down in Cape Girardeau. They're doing a benefit for a buddy of his from up here that passed away unexpectedly. He was big into Bubba West sports in high school back when he was a little bit younger. So they're wanting to do a memorial bags tournament for him the first time. They're going to do it at the Eagles in Shiloh. That's going to be, it's the same day. Unfortunately, it's the same day as Ballpark Village.
Oh, okay. That's
the June 28th.
28th. Okay.
Yeah. But I looked at the registration today. They already have 22 teams signed up for this thing.
Really?
Awesome.
That's
22.
That's awesome.
In Terry, he's from down south, and he's kind of putting everything together. I pretty much got him the venue. I'm working with him, getting the boards taken care of, get the venue set up for him, because we run ACO regionals there, just to help him out. And we're gonna try. I told him, I said, that's a bad weekend.
Yeah.
But a lot of their throwers are the beginners.
Oh, okay. So that'd be
so
perfect for them.
it'll be perfect for them.
Yeah,
so I think I'm going to try to get Rick to sign up with me and go in there.
Here we go again. Here we go again. Coming out with another plaque.
Right.
Coming out with another plaque. Yeah, that's awesome, man. I know you got some others that you have.
Yeah, so I got that one on June 28th coming. We got the Belleville Oktoberfest, which is a big one. That's $1,000 added in to the payouts. We do an A and B bracket. We do rounders. It's downtown Belleville, right on the street. It's actually going to be closer to the shop this year. Last year it was way down the street. I'll probably have something going out in the next few weeks on that. There'll be a jot form that people can go and sign up, Venmo payment in. They sign up within, like, I think it's the 2 weeks before the registration ends or something. They can get free t-shirt with their entry.
Nice. Yeah.
They get to save $10 too. So you save $10 plus you get a free t-shirt.
Yeah.
If you wait, then you pay $50 and get no t-shirt.
Early registration.
You might
Early registration.
Sign up
Sign up.
early. I I participated in that before, and that's a big tournament.
Yeah, we
That's a
do.
big
We do
tournament.
rounders.
Yeah,
we
that's
do
a big tournament,
rounders
yeah.
and into an A and B bracket. You know, you get the variety of throwers, and it's just a good time as long as the weather holds out.
That's true.
Because
That's true.
outside tournament, you know, it's a fun time. It really is.
Awesome.
And then also too, Kaylee, one of our Black Mamas.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
She does the Pontoon Beach. I think it's Pontoon Beach Bash.
The bash. Okay. Yeah.
That's August 2nd. Last couple of years, I've ran the tournament for her out there for the fire department.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing that too. She hasn't gave me the actual times and stuff yet, but normally it's that Saturday morning, 9 or 10 o'clock. So they'll do rounders and A and B bracket, I think, as well.
They're keeping you busy, sir.
We stay busy. But Brian Francoeur and I, we do the ACO stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
Brian is a big part of helping make sure everything gets done and keeps me in line because I'm going every different direction. Business owner, all kinds of stuff. So Brian does a really good job. I got a good team that helps put stuff together.
Shouts out to Brian.
Yes.
Do work up in Branson, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I took your trash can in for you.
Oh,
And cut your grass today.
oh, what a good friend.
That's a great friend right there. Yeah.
Gotta take care of one another.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right. You got any others coming up besides that? Or
Well, then you got, in September, you got ACO season 21.
yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
it'll be right back to the grind of ACOs, So
Yeah. Kind of tap into that, talking about being the actual CEO, because that's a big deal. So that's a big deal, man.
it's a lot of work, as you know, when you're doing stuff like this. A lot of the coordinating, making sure things happen, finding a venue. Getting up there 2 hours or 3 hours before the event to get it set up. Luckily, I'm at the Eagles in Shiloh now.
Okay.
And I can get up there after their fish fries on Friday nights.
Nice.
If we have a Sunday regional, which all next year our regionals will be held on Saturday.
On Saturday?
There
Okay.
will
I
not
like
be
that.
any Sundays.
I like it.
And here's the other big one, and everybody's going to love this. I know B-Man is.
What's that?
We are not going to start our regional until 10 a.m.
Hallelujah.
Oh, thank God.
10 a.m. And that gives everybody an extra hour sleep
That's right. That's
before
right.
it starts.
That's
I
right.
got so much grief over the last 2 or 3 years running these regionals, starting at 9.
We all drag it in.
But it's funny. It's funny. Y'all can't get up at 9, but you can be at a major.
Oh,
Drive 4 or 5 hours to get to a major.
Yeah.
Roll in at 9, 10 o'clock at
go
night.
throw.
Go to bed and then have to be there by 7.
By
And
7.
nobody complains. But everyone wants to
It's
complain
amazing.
about
They're
it.
still
Well, they
complain.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You don't hear it.
Yeah.
You don't hear it as often.
So that's
Yeah.
by force as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
How'd you get into running ACO regionals?
So around here we had Brian Jones,
Jen.
Jen Jones, and Burton.
Yeah, Burton.
I
that's
mean,
it.
we
That's
went
really
down.
it. Yeah, down there.
We traveled down
So
to
was that
Burton.
Burton, DeCoin, or wherever it is, he's down there.
Well, he was down at
He was in somewhere else before that.
Yeah.
Marion?
Marion area.
Yeah.
And Tony and I were like, hey, we don't want to drive. Everybody's like, we don't want to drive. I mean, Brian Jones isn't that bad. It's
Mount-
45
30
minutes.
Yeah.
45 minutes, hour
Similar
almost.
with Jen Jones and Jen Lewis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were like, let's look into becoming a CEO in this area so that it gives these guys and all the throwers an opportunity to get more throwing in and not have to travel so far. And that's kind of how it really started. It was for us as a group to offer another area for people to come and throw,
Right.
and they didn't have to travel so far. Because
So selfishly, but also it helped out your fellow.
well, yeah, in like this year, I went to no majors. I'm not going to Worlds.
Yeah.
I still ran the season, so to me, there was no benefit in
Right.
running it. I mean, but for these guys,
Right.
you know, and that's what it's about. It's about doing what we can for the throwers that are trying.
Mhm.
You know, the more opportunities that they have to throw and get the good competition. Because we have regionals, but we have beasts
Yeah.
that come to these regionals.
Top to
They're
bottom.
tough.
There's not been
Top to
a
bottom.
regional where people just come in and we're gonna win it.
No,
There's nothing like that.
There's
I
no
mean,
guarantees like
there's
that.
no guarantees. You
no
know,
guarantees, man.
Aaron Lambert last year came to our regionals. It was like almost he dominated almost every one.
Yes, he did.
This year,
Nope.
No, everybody was everybody stepped up their game so much.
Yeah.
Here
We have
last year.
I got my first regional win at
Congrats.
the Shiloh Eagles
Let's
with
go.
my brothers. Yes, sir, in doubles, and also got a regional win here. So hey, I mean, Shane always put on for us, man. It's not much I can say because it's all love, man. So keep doing what you're doing.
I'm trying.
You know what I'm saying? We appreciate it. We can always support you, bro. So
Absolutely.
yes, sir. Is there any advice you would give to a new thrower?
So advice I'd give to a new thrower is one, expect to get beat,
I like
especially
that.
at the beginning.
I like that.
Mhm.
For a long time.
For a long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
For a long time.
Yeah.
Longer than you think it should.
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
And you got to put the work in.
Yes,
You,
sir.
got to put the work
Yes,
in.
sir.
But also at the end of the day, it's a game.
Have
It's
fun.
for fun.
Yeah.
You get these people that come in here and they throw their bags, and it's just like, really?
Hats be flying
yeah,
off.
Hats flying off, slamming boards, slamming walls. It's like,
Punching the wall.
dude, it's a game,
Yeah. It is.
And I got to the point when I was throwing that I wanted to be so much better than what I was at the point. And I started acting like that guy.
Mhm.
And I look back, I'm like,
That's not you.
that's not me.
Mhm.
I want to have fun.
Yeah.
And when you have fun, that's when the game is fun. That's when you throw well.
Yep.
When you're just having fun.
That's it. That's
So
true.
that would be some of my most advice to give to somebody is just have fun with it.
Yep.
Enjoy the
Yes, sir.
moment.
Yep.
Life is too short.
That's right.
This last couple of months have been tough on the cornhole
Yeah.
community. You got Larry that
Yeah.
passed away.
Yeah.
I just found out last week a buddy of ours that threw in our gold division,
Yeah.
46 years old, passed away, had a heart attack. Life is way too short.
Yeah.
Just have fun.
Just have fun. Yeah. Just have fun. Most definitely rest in peace to Larry Dunkley and Brian, man. Much love to you guys, man. It's sad, man. But we just got to keep on, throwing in their honor,
Right.
throwing in their
Absolutely.
honor. Just,
Make examples of all the good advice that they've given.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
We'll pass it
absolutely.
along.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's one of my favorite questions that we ask is what advice you've ever received from somebody that's been throwing or that you've looked up to that always sticks with you and has made you a better thrower.
Man, I've had so many people tell me because
Yeah.
I was just off the chain when I first started. They're like, "No, you need to do this. You need to." At one point, I went I had a notebook of all the things I needed to try
You
to
need
fix.
to find that notebook.
I do. I don't know where it's at this point, but I mean, I've had a lot of people, good people along the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
And it might just be something as little as, "Hey, look where you're standing," or
Mhm.
"Hey, follow through,
Yeah.
watch your arm," anything. Turn your hat the other way because it's not working for you this way.
Yeah.
Do something different.
Do something different. Yeah.
But there's so many.
Yeah.
I really can't pinpoint one in particular.
Mhm.
I mean, I threw 2-3 seasons with Rick Gouch. He just says, "Throw it in the damn hole. You ain't got to worry about it." Don't worry about blocking. You put it in the hole, you ain't got to block nothing.
I feel like we should put that on a t-shirt.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. I like it.
Just put it in the damn hole.
Right. Yeah.
Damn
There
low.
you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Shane probably don't remember this, but when our first regionals out in what's that? The Sportsplex out there at the Mills Mall. Remember that regional?
Yes.
That was our first regional. We threw together.
Yes, we did.
And we
Yes,
was new
did.
to the game. We was new to the game.
We were. That was our first season.
Yeah.
First season, and then
Perfect.
who we had to play? It
Yeah.
was
it Brian Jones or somebody, or was it maybe it was one
It
of them.
was. It was Brian Jones and Ben
Ben Coon.
and Ben Coon.
Ben Coon.
Yeah. Yeah,
we had no
we
idea
thought-
what we was getting into.
Yeah, we thought we was good. We were like, we're good. We played them. It was
We
like
got spanked.
it was like 21-2, and I think they gave us the 2 points.
Yeah,
'cause
they
they like
felt sorry for
pushed.
us.
They pushed one of our bags in instead of airmailing over. They like pushed our bags in. So yeah, but then believe it or not, though, we went on a run
We went on
after
a run
that.
in the losers bracket. We went on a
Yeah,
run.
we went on
yeah.
a run. We beat. I think the last team that did we beat Philly?
Yeah, Philly and
Christine?
Crescenti. That's the only
And
time we had beat them. Yep,
yeah,
yep.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a long time.
that was a
ago.
long. That was
That
the
was a long
first
time ago.
season.
That was first season.
That was
yeah.
good times. But that shows, man, just the evolution of our game. So because we was throwing maybe sevens, man, 7 and 8s, maybe not even that, 6 and 7s, maybe.
Maybe like 5 and 6s.
That too. That too. Yeah.
Thank God they didn't have score magic back
No,
then.
we were just putting
It
in
was
the
just, yeah. Can't follow it like
you
it
can't
is now.
Yeah, you can't, man. But yeah,
And,
man.
and you know what though, score magic is a great thing for the game.
Good too. Yeah.
As a CEO and director and all that, and running leagues that I run, score magic is a great thing for the game. But the problem is you got so many people looking at that PPR.
Yeah.
Don't look at that damn PPR. Look at the DPR.
Hey, play some defense. Win
I
some,
mean,
yeah.
look at. I do a Wednesday night league. You know, you guys are here on Tuesday night in
Yep.
Gold League during the winter time. Both you and Nick.
Yeah.
And then we got our backyard league on Wednesday night, and they look at it and they're like, "Ooh, I shot a 4. My partner shot a 2." And I said, "Yeah, but you shot a 4 and gave up 8 points, and then your partner shot a 2 and they only gave up 1 point."
So like, what's going on?
They think they're out shooting. So that's why I try to tell people, don't look at the PPR, look at the DPR.
Yep.
I agree.
It's more good advice.
Yeah.
What bags do you like to throw?
So I have fallen in love with the IMF ghost bags. And because one of the main reasons why I throw the IMF is because I sponsor IMF throwers.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Indeed.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And I've sponsored Nick and B-Man for the last couple of years. And the ghost bags, the HDs.
Yeah.
Good bag. The new bag this year. That's my go-to bag. I do, because of Aaron, I do have some CBC bags that I throw every once in a while, but for majority, I stick with the Ghost HD.
Bag, yeah. It's a good bag. Really good bag.
You do it well.
You're just saying it's a great bag. It's a good bag because you high roller. Come on now. Show IMF a little bit of love. Come on.
I got love for all bag companies. I already know. I got love for everybody in the bag community. But it's a great bag to throw.
Honestly, I think we should go back to corn bags. That's when it
was challenging. Yeah,
it was interesting.
Yeah.
It was interesting. It got wet. It swelled up.
All the dust.
Yeah, all the dust.
The bees come out.
Well, that's so when Mott comes 2 weeks before, 3 weeks before the Mott tournament, we don't throw normal bags.
Yeah, you guys practice right there.
We set the boards up at either the 25 or the 21 feet, and we throw. And you would be surprised how cloudy it gets in here.
I'm sure.
Because of those bags hitting and all the dust
That's
flying
funny.
up. So yeah, it's my cleaners hate it. we leave stuff everywhere. All that powder and stuff.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man. Well, Shane, man, we really appreciate you coming on today, man.
I appreciate you guys.
Much
being here
love to you, man. You like I said, always been there for us, man, and we're gonna be there for you forever, bro. This the game is really evolving. The community has gotten stronger, and that's why I wanted to do this podcast, because I know I got people around me that's gonna support.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Absolutely.
and just want to say thank you again for allowing us to have the podcast here at the shop. At All-Star Carpet and Cleaning, the home of the Black Mambas, the Belleville Cornhole League. So that's want to give you that shout out, man, before you exit, because I want to bring somebody over here so I can actually give them a warm welcome. My boy Nick. Welcome to the team, man. I appreciate you, man. It's like it's natural. It should have happened. When Alisse said she wanted to go ahead and step behind the scenes, I was just like, well, that's fine. I have no problem with that. And I can bring you on. Your energy, man, it's top notch. Looking forward to working with Nick, in the near future, real near. So, but at least again, she's not going anywhere, guys. She's going to be right behind the scenes. She's going to be producing, marketing, doing what she do best, man. So this was another episode of Cornhole with Smooth, the podcast. Much love to everybody. Peace.